Okay, folks, so in this video, I'll just show you rankings of pull-ups from the easiest to, well, not the hardest, but we're gonna go up there, close to the hardest ones. And let's get right to it. First one that we will go with is the simple chin-up, although the easier option would be like half a chin-up or half a rep. So if you're just starting off, then either jumping and doing that first one with the jump would be yet an even easier solution. But if you are one who is not a beginner, but you can do a few, then yeah, this is the one for you. Anyway, we're gonna count just ones that are having the full range of motion, and we'll try and not just drop down, but we'll control that descent. So, first one, pretty straightforward. That would be number one or level one, as you could see. So we went the full extension and then back up again, and of course the width of our hands was just about the shoulder width, so not too wide, not too narrow. Easy one. This next one is just a small progression up, so it can get harder if you change the width, either with the wide or narrow grip, and still we're going with the underhand grip. So let's go and do the narrow. That's level two. Of course, for some of you, this one would be even harder, or vice versa. That's really up to you and how you're focusing your workouts. This third one is going to be a wider grip pull-up, though not the shoulder width like this, but wider about here, and this is then the standard pull-up, basically. So our chin is going to go just above the bar. You don't have to go all the way up. If you decide and you want to do something a bit harder than that, then you just go a bit higher and try and get your chest above the bar as far as you can go. Now, for the next level, that's a small variation, so it's just going to be a mixed grip like that, or like that. So basically you need to do both. You don't want to be like a crab, with one shoulder being stronger than the other. So yeah, decide on which hands you're going to start with first. So is this going to be the underhand and this the overhand grip, or the other way around? Make your choice. And again, the shoulder width would be fine, or a bit wider, so don't go all the way wide, but just a little bit wider is okay. Like with all of these, the key would be in the full range of motion and the control on the way down. Don't worry that much about the numbers, how many you do, as long as you do the good, with a good rep, with the good form, then you're golden. And then try and do as many as you can, of course, but first things first, and it's how we do them. So we want to have good form. And these are the last ones that we did are pretty good for our next one. So if you're trying and to progress to this next level pull-up, then these are a fine choice, and also they can correct some imbalances that you may have when you're switching the grips. Your body gets used to that and basically levels any imbalance that you might have in your shoulders, back, or anywhere else for that matter, for your upper body, of course. Yeah, give it a go, and not that difficult, but this next one, it gets to the level of those harder ones. So this one it doesn't really have an original name. It's just a pull-up where your neck goes in front of the bar, or bar is behind your neck. So that's basically the name as well. Behind the neck pull-ups. So wide grip. Up. These are great for your upper back. It does wonders for it, and the more you do them, the wider your back gets and more muscular, of course, and it works with if your goal is hypertrophy, that is. So yeah, now we're gonna go with something that is similarly difficult. Well, it again depends. So I've seen some people have trouble with this pull-up that we did now, but they had an easier time with this next one. Then again, some other folks had it the opposite way. So they're kind of the same level, I guess it would depend. These are commando pull-ups, but we're not gonna go one hand next to the other. We're gonna go like this and cross our fingers. So that's it is a bit more difficult, but it saves you time, as when you're doing these, then you have to do another rep and switch the way you're holding the bar. This way you don't have to do that, so it all goes with one rep. Anyway, let's do that one. And another reason why I put this above the behind the neck pull-ups is simply when you're doing the commando pull-up, you need to do both sides. So with behind the neck pull-ups, you can do just one, but with commando pull-ups, you need to do both sides. So you basically need to do two. Hence, the position it's got on this tier list. Okay, we're progressing. So now we're gonna go with something that needs the engagement of your core even more. So when you're doing regular ones, the core isn't that activity. It is activated, but not as much as with this next one. We're gonna do a regular pull-up with an L shape. So our legs are gonna go in front. Try and keep them, don't bend your knees too much if you can help it. If you can't, then you can bend your knees as much as you need to. Do it like that first, and then slowly extend the legs with progression. But yeah, this is the next level. In this one, your core needs to be quite active, and that's more complex than movement, and more muscles are engaged. Another thing I guess I should have mentioned is try and engage, well, a few different muscles as well than your core. Obviously, yeah, keep your core engaged. Then move your back into kind of this position, so your shoulders go back, and then you're engaging your lats, of course, but you're trying to have a good posture and engaging your upper back as much as you can. Another thing is, when we're doing most of these pull-ups, your grip, you want to have it like this, so you don't want to hold the bar just with your fingers. That's gonna take away from your strength. You want to hold it tightly, so go a little bit above the bar and then hold it so that you are engaging your forearms as well. That will give you extra strength and benefit your pull-ups. In many ways, you work more your forearms, but also you can do more reps, hang on to the bar longer as well. Okay, now this one, I'm gonna try and do in this progression. So this is going to be a standard archer pull-up, and again we will need to do 2 of them since we're doing different sides. So we are affecting one side of our body more, then we go to the other side as well. It's getting more and more difficult. I'm hoping I'll be able to do the next one, and this one is kind of difficult to place. I'm gonna go and put the absolute or muscle up in this category, because I'm having a hard time placing it, because the next one also will be the typewriter pull-up. Now, muscle ups and typewriter pull-ups, for me, they are difficult to place in terms of difficulty, because a muscle up, you really need more technique. Like when you master the movement, it becomes easier, at least for me, than the typewriter pull-up. Then again, it is more difficult for me to do, let's say, 10 muscle ups than 10 typewriter pull-ups. So it gets tricky, because when you're doing a muscle up, you can make use of the momentum. It gets easier. It's not the perfect form for it. It would be ideal if you could pause, stop yourself, and then move again, but that doesn't happen often. So they are out there. Plus, as with the commando pull-ups, when we're doing a typewriter pull-up, we need to do 2 at least to even out the workout, unless you have, of course, trouble with one side of your body is, let's say, stronger than the other, and then doing a typewriter pull-up to the other side of your body, let's say left, would be kind of okay, I guess, but you don't want to make a habit of that. Anyway, I'm going to try and attempt a muscle up now, and after that we're going to do the typewriter. So yeah, hope I can do it after all of these. There we go. Muscle up done. It gets easier. Like the first one that you do, it's gonna be hard. Like you're gonna feel like you can't do anymore. But then the more you practice the muscle up, you kind of get the hang of it, and then it gets real easy at one point. Like keep practicing, and then you see that you can use that momentum. You can still have good form, and do. First you do one, and then you can do all of a sudden you can do 4, you can do 5, you can even progress to 10 or even more, who knows. So yeah, muscle up is almost at the top. At the top this time will be the typewriter pull-up for the reasons mentioned. And also, I should say that the muscle up, at least for me, doesn't do that much, doesn't put that much pressure on shoulders. So when I'm doing a typewriter pull-up, I can feel the tension in my shoulders, and it's for that reason as well, it's taking the top place. I'm not, right off the bat, should say, I'm not gonna attempt the one arm pull-up. That's obviously at the top, or one arm muscle up. But for this tier list, typewriter pull-ups are gonna be at the number 1 spot at the top. So let's go ahead and do some typewriters. There we go. Movement should be slower. And like I said, when you're at one point, so your hand is going over the bar this way and you're extending it, then you feel the tension in your shoulder, or could be shoulder blades as well, depending on if you're doing the movement right or not. Anyway, yeah, watch out for those typewriter pull-ups or any other pull-up if you're having some injuries. If you're not sure, definitely watch out and do every exercise carefully. And of course, keep warming up before exercises. Just get your body temperature up. That could be cardio of like 10 minutes or so, and depending on you, of course. But yeah, try and warm up before. You could stretch as well, but warm up, that's definitely number 1. Warming up, then stretching, yeah, could help, but warming up and then working out is fine. Don't forget to hydrate yourself as well. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.